Ask for living water. Imagine that one late July afternoon, while driving down Highway 20 outside Galena, Illinois, you stop at the scenic overlook rather than passing it by. Suppose you admire the pastures, rolling hills, small patches of forest. You inhale the smells of thousands of plants that are as nameless to you as to those who first met them. Maybe you'll lock your red Saab's doors, fumble in high-heeled sandals down the path, gaze up to cumulus clouds against a blue backdrop, take note of birds with black bodies, yellow wings. At the bottom of the slope, a stagnant pond awaits. Green algae cover half of it. A turtle suns itself on a log. You don't know why it's calling you, but suppose you listen, entranced, until startled from your reverie by the arrival of a man. Suppose he starts to talk to you, says he's thirsty, asks for a sip from your water bottle, and you instinctively back away, but something in his eyes says, wait, don't worry, I'm different. You already saw him at the top of the hill, easel before him, painting the scene. Now he stands beside you, plaid t-shirt covered in watercolors, and he tells you he knows you've been through 5 bad breakups, that you've cheated and deceived, that you claim to like your freedom, but still aren't happy. Suppose right then he says it, come, follow me, I will give you living water. And all of a sudden, you know the names of each plant, each blade of grass, each cloud that forms and breaks. Astonished, you thank him and ask if he'll be back there tomorrow. And he says yes. And you promise to bring others with you to meet him. Imagine that you step back to your car, now knowing that it is possible to make each act a prayer. The cleaning of drains, the paying of bills, the making of phone calls and amends. You are confident that even in the midst of dark November, you will find in yourself this place where ferns touch briars, where this artist shows you his face. Imagine how you'll feel come January when you recall that beneath the most solid of ice, living water still flows. I wrote this poem in the summer of 2018. It's not a time I look back on fondly. Have you ever found yourself so ensnared in the trap of your own bad decisions that amid your pain you found yourself laughing, oh, have I gone and done it this time? In 2018, I felt like that Samaritan woman at the well. While she was marginalized due to systemic discrimination that Samaritans faced, I was marginalized by my own bad choices. But even if I was isolated from God, God refused to remain isolated from me. Give me a drink, Jesus said to the Samaritan woman. In various ways, he said the same to me. He said it through Magdalena, a young Guatemalan woman in my community who needed a guardian to apply for legal status in the US. He said it through my friend Jamie, who'd lost his housing and needed a place to stay. He said it through my students, who of course needed help on their essays, but also, in some cases, the listening ear of an adult who cared. As summer dried up into fall, all of these people came to me thirsty, but none were as thirsty as me. Through them, Jesus gave me that living water. He gave it through Magdalena, who became a surrogate daughter, allowing me the chance to beam with pride several months later as she crossed the stage, the first in her family to get a high school diploma. He gave it to me through Jamie, who covered my living room with Marvel action figures and made me laugh and listened compassionately to my stories. He gave it through my student Riva, a business major who sat at the front of my literature class and participated actively in every discussion, who later showed me poetry she'd written about her own personal struggles. And this is why, like that Samaritan woman, I say to you today, come, meet this man. Can this be the Christ? No matter who you are or what your story is, he offers the living water that all of us are thirsting for.